Hello, my friends and fellow VEDSies. This is supposed to be my responses Friday video. It's Monday. I know it's Monday. I got quite behind. Um, yeah, it's one of those things where every year I try to spend a little bit more time on each video that I make than I had been in the past, and there have not been enough hours of the day to do all that. Caleb is the real genius, of course, as I've said before, for VEDS, the video every other day in September. In retrospect, that is absolutely what I should have done, given the kind of content that I wanted to make. But oh well, we press on, and today I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite videos that have been made by my other 6 wonderful fellow VEDSies, whose links to their channels are in the description of this video. Yeah, we're all trying to make a video every day in September, and inevitably at about this time every month it starts to fall apart. But I'll go into some of y'all's videos. Caleb, since I mentioned you already, there were a couple of things you made this week that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed you talking about getting into Magic the Gathering, even though you said you could never possibly know enough about it to make content about it. But I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of subjects that I don't know enough of to make content about. There are some videos, I almost feel bad. There are some videos where I get lots of comments that are like, wow, you're really knowledgeable about this subject, but it's like, actually, I read the Wikipedia article beforehand because I thought it was neat, and I'm reading off of some bullet points that I just found out. So if you ever change your mind and want to do any Magic-related content, I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, but it sounds like you're really interested in that. And in that video, while you're talking about your newfound love for Magic the Gathering, you're just showing us putting some of those cards into little protective plastic sleeves, and it was a very soothing thing to watch. And one of my favorite things personally that I was able to do with my collection, a year or two ago, I bought like 1,000 plastic sleeves and paper inner sleeves, so that I could take better care of my records, because I didn't like them all bumping up against each other in my shelf. So I got these and spent like days just going record to record, sliding them into their little sleeves and putting them back away. And it was like the best chill task, with like videos on in the background, feeling like I was taking a little bit better care of something that means a lot to me, and getting to go through all of my albums and preserving them a little bit. So those are the vibes I got from that. And also, I thought your outdoor searching for stillness video was very well done as well. That was a very cool thing to see. Your videos are always very aesthetically pleasing. I'm going to move on to Alicia, who has made a couple of really cool things. We've all actually, all 7 of us have a bit of a VEDSie group chat going on, and a theme for all of us is we're all like, I feel like we're all apologizing for our content this year, whereas from my perspective at least, I'm like, you guys are doing such an amazing job, what are you talking about? Anyway, you're all making beautiful work. Alicia, you have, I don't know if it's like, if you're defining it as a series, but it feels like a series, of course, that started with verb your nouns in the first week, and then I really enjoyed this week when you shared your piece that you created from your Justice Tumbles writing prompt. When you went through all those writing prompts in the Verb Your Nouns video, that was the one, Justice Tumbled was the one that caught my ear when you said it, and I actually was kind of like, oh, that one sounds very Alicia, so I'm glad that's the one you chose. Yeah, once you insert a verb into those writing prompts, you're right, they really do create a really fun action and a really fun expression to explore there. So that was really cool to hear. And of course, you absolutely slayed it out of the park with the Oogie Boogie cover. I was not prepared for that level of, I don't know, it was really impressive is what I'm trying to say. You had the whole characterization down. It was great. That was probably my #1 favorite of yours this week. By the way, it is Monday when I'm filming this. So I'm probably up to Saturday or Sunday in terms of what videos I've watched. So if you've put something up in the last day or two, there's a chance. I haven't gotten to it yet. Pip, you did a lot of fun stuff this week as well. I really thought your video on levels of knowing things was beautiful. And I'm really intrigued by your Apple video, your most recent one you just put out, where you did all the sort of, I don't know if sound effects is the right word, but basically did all of the sound effects for the act of preparing an apple as a snack. And that was cool. You also did a sort of, man, I'm going to use the wrong term, but there was a sort of avant-garde film in there, a little 1 minute short film sort of thing, and I really got into your BuzzFeed quizzes video, where I was really, I watched it through a couple times trying to be like, okay, which one of these possible quiz titles is, which of these are real and which of these are the ones you made up, and I think I picked 4 as potential real ones, and I was like, you probably made up the rest, because a few of these are, I know BuzzFeed quizzes are silly, but surely not this silly, right? Boy, was I wrong. Those are wild. And you know, I love to talk crap about BuzzFeed and be like, oh, it's just about clicks and their articles are kind of trash, but you know what, you're having a lot of fun with those quizzes, and I guess, you know, the key is not to take that too seriously. I guess I'm kind of overthinking things. It does sound like it's just fun, and I'm glad that they're so silly. Like, what was it like? We're gonna find your aesthetic by what were you doing? Choosing a dress or favorite snack or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I really thought you had to exaggerate some of those, but no, those are all real. That is insane. Oh, and finally, when you were doing your roll for weekend video, when you were like, you know what, for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna roll this D20 and see how long it takes me to roll a nat 20. And I, like, exclaimed out loud, like, oh, when you got it, like, on, what was it, try number 4? That was wild. That felt like a good omen. And, yeah, I got really into the stuff you made this week and was excited to talk about them a little bit. Clearly, as you could tell, I didn't really pick just one. Moving on to Tessa, you made a video that I know Caleb commented on that one saying it felt like a gift specifically for him, but I kind of felt the same way too, because you went and you made a history video. That's usually my thing. I was so excited to see a history video, and it was not something I have ever really considered, the history of Friday the 13th and why we have come to fear that day. I had always really assumed that would have been a centuries old tradition. It would have been rooted in, and you did a great job of describing aspects of that are rooted in like earlier civilizations, but it's fascinating to me that the concept that Friday the 13th is like a cursed day really wasn't a thing before, like, 20th century media popularized it. But thank you for sharing that lore with us, a topic I never would have thought to look up myself, and then it was a really compelling watch, so that was very, very cool. James, I'm not going to talk too much about your videos because I already have multiple, like, video response ideas from things you've brought up. I know you gave me a direct challenge to talk about the School of Rock movie because you had brought it up, and then I had been like, oh, I loved that movie growing up. I don't know what I'm going to get to this month and what I'm not going to, but my idea is to do a video where I talk about not only School of Rock, but also, I'm thinking of also talking about The Rocker, that Rainn Wilson movie, because School of Rock was like my rock and roll fantasy movie when I was like 11, and then, maybe younger, and then The Rocker was like my rock and roll fantasy movie when I was like a high school kid, like 16, 17. So I want to talk about those two. And then also, never done anything like this before. Uh, you've been talking a lot about things that have been revealed at D23, like the Fortnite tie-in and a live action Snow White and the Lion King one too. I don't know why they have to remake every single thing that exists. I mean, I don't know. But I really enjoyed those videos, and I am very tempted to make a D23 video of my own. I know even you are saying it's a bit late to be doing discussions now, but I'm going to be even later. Just because, with me, the stuff that comes out of that convention that I am really excited for is specifically Disneyland resort related news, and there was a lot of it about the whole Disney Forward plan for expanding the parks here on the West Coast. I say here on the West Coast. I am a brief 21-hour drive from Disneyland. But yeah, they have come up with so many new things they're going to introduce to Disneyland in the next couple of years, and they're still just ignoring Tomorrowland. Anyway, I have thoughts about it that I will get to at a later date. And speaking of people's videos giving me ideas for sort of challenges or stuff like that, Jeffrey, I know this is kind of meta at this point because you were responding to something Caleb had brought up earlier in his Creativity Why video. You talked a lot about sort of your YouTube origin story and how you and your friend Justin back in 2011 started making videos, and your regrets about certain things about that you could have done better in those videos, but at the end of the day, how grateful you are that you had that experience and that you made that content, and then you're still doing YouTube almost 15 years later. And I just wanted to ask all of the fellow VEDSies. I'll end this video here. I wanted to ask all of my fellow VEDSies, what is your YouTube origin story? For me, I always loved daily vloggers. I've probably told this story before, so I'll be brief. I always loved daily vloggers, and I was like, man, if I could make that my life, that would be awesome. And in 2019, when I first... I wanted to do a vlog for a long time. I have made pilot episodes of vlogs before that are still unlisted on this channel that I never got up the courage to make public. But finally, when I released a CD on May 1st, 2019, and quit a job to spend the entire summer doing music, I decided to document that with a daily vlog on this channel. And I actually did the whole daily vlog thing for 100 days somehow. Now that I do this, that sounds impossible, but those videos have mistakes in them here and there because I just was not even really editing them like I do now. I thought that I would just film a bunch of things and then edit them, like clump all the clips I'd gotten together and just upload them blindly. Like, I was not putting the level of effort I am now. Over the years, like I said, I think I've gotten a lot better at the whole video making thing. After 100 days, I stopped doing the daily vlog thing. At first, I was 5 days a week, then I was 4 days a week, and I've never had a real schedule for uploads on this channel. But Alicia did VEDS in September of 2019. I featured in a video that year and had a lot of fun. And it seemed perfect as an excuse to revive the whole daily vlogging concept, which I have done now every year since 2020, been a part of VEDS. So I know people in this community, like I know Alicia was doing some YouTube stuff before VEDS came along, and I'm assuming that James, I've said before, I feel like James is the perhaps most experienced one with like doing YouTube as the thing this is why I want to ask this question, because I don't really know how everyone got into the whole YouTube thing, so let me know. I think it would be really interesting. I know I feel like a couple of you may have made channels just to do VEDS, which is also awesome. But yeah, let me know how you got into the whole YouTube thing. I'm gonna end my rambling here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you with a new video. I really do expect to have one up tomorrow, and I'll see you then.